Sound like it?
What do you mean it didn't sound like it?
Nothing. So tell me, how did I save your life?
How to save my life? I was a 5'5" incel that couldn't that
Mmm.
was chopped until I found Lux Maxing and I saw how to fix myself. So I did it, and now I'm a high tier normie that pulls all the
Right.
plays on Instagram.
So, do you think you really needed looks maxing to look good? Do you think there's other ways you could have achieved that? Or do you think looks maxing was the only route for you?
The Lux Maxing gave me tips, and no one else could give me tips, and no one else helped me in life. Because I told you I was an incel.
Can you describe to me what that is?
What?
Can you describe to me what you once was?
What's I once was?
Yeah, like what is that?
What's an incel?
Yeah.
Like you can't talk to anybody, like you can't talk to girls or all that. Like no girls talk to you, or you feel me?
Really? I wouldn't think that would be that. Exactly. Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Why'd you join?
Oh, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I just want.
Okay. She's rolling in the wind. But I am at Grateful Flash, and it's pretty boring. I mean, like, I don't know why I thought it was gonna be like different. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be different, but I didn't think it was gonna be like ugly, you know? So I have to be a little quiet. Oh, I have to be a little bit quiet because of it. So, because of that. Who the fuck sells clothes for $1 fucking? Oh, you can tell anybody. Oh, yes, you can tell anybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I got all the answers to your questions. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of missing home. Kind of missing home. The trip was frustrating for me because I live in Pennsylvania, okay? So it's not like I'm far from this thing. It's 2 hours away from me, and I used to come here all the time when I was younger. And we didn't have enough money to because every time the prices get raised for vacation, so we had to look somewhere cheaper. Because last year was like 10K, you know, for the room alone, and then the expenses that come after it, like not for room for a beach house, it was 10K for like 3 days. 10K for 3 days. You serious? Yeah. In South Carolina, but now it's switched to 25K, right? 3 days was 10K. And they raised up the price, and I'm pretty sure that it will be like 20K, 25K for like 5 days or something. But that's a lot. It's a lot of money. And we decided to come to Great Lodge, and it's pretty. I mean, it just looks. I mean, it does look the same to me. I don't know why I thought. I don't know. It just. It's okay to hit our significant under. No, the fuck it isn't. Um, but yeah, there's a. It's just like firstly, there's a lot of kids here, which I didn't think there wasn't, but it's just like, I don't like kids, okay? Wait, I should switch to that topic. Let me switch to the topic. Kids don't belong in public. It's been a minute since I did that. Kids don't belong. But yeah, like it's just kind of disappointing. Like there's a lot of shit like that. You know, you cannot create another server. All right, I have to switch it, don't I? Just have to switch it. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of crooked shit. Like, I mean, I guess it will never be like the same way because, you know, I'm older, but you know, I don't know. Oh, we'll explain that more later.
Hello.
Hello. Hey.
So I have like a 50-50 type of thing.
Of what?
So
Of
like
looks
looks
maxing?
max like yeah. So like what would you say people that do looks maxing like what do they do?
They put unrealistic stereotypes on people, and if they don't follow that, they give death threats. Like
You might
unrealistic
be
beauty
talking
standards.
about black pill. You might be talking about black pill, not
No,
why.
I'm not. I'm talking about the whole community. Because the whole community follows like the same baseline, right? And it's the extreme.
Because like I remember okay, I used to do this back in like 2023. I was a big little kid, right? I saw that I went to the gym, lost like 60 pounds, and I think I definitely right now I'm very happy where I'm at. But I will say it's kind of crazy to think about. I'm more self-conscious now than I was when I was younger. Isn't that crazy? Because that's the effect of constantly like trying to like improve and all that stuff, like with social media and all that. But at the same time, there's definitely looks maxing things that are just like kind of just it's good for you without being like extreme. You know what I mean? Like bone smashing.
Yeah,
You
but it's
you know
not
what I mean?
just bone smashing. Like it's plenty more. Like they want to look Caucasian so bad. Sasha,
What
stop
happened?
talking.
Wait, I didn't get that last part. What were you saying?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said I didn't get that last part. What were you saying?
Of course. I have debates. I run debates with people. It's all kinds of people show up. Not everyone's trying to do what you think they're trying to do. I'm just simply talking. On Roblox? On a video game? No.
Don't you think that? Nothing else.
Dad, why are you intoxicated right now and doing this? Like, are you serious? You intoxicated and then you come in the room. Like, I know how to handle myself.
I'm gonna lie to you.
No, it's just a,
Sophia, I'm gonna lie.
it's that, it's just,
Sophia,
it's
I'm
just,
gonna lie to you.
No one's saying that you're lying.
Dad,
I'm gonna lie to you.
Dad,
I don't know.
Dad, this is
You
just,
don't know.
this is just a game, this is just a game, Dad.
Listen.
This is just a game.
This is not what you think. It's Roblox. It's a kid's game. Nobody runs on that type of program. There's certain things that are moderated, okay?
Photo on this is-
No!
No, this is,
Sassy, you
look,
photo
this is
on
what
this?
she looked like, look, it's her avatar.
Does that look like me? Does that look like me?
But do you talk on it?
Yeah, this is,
Yes.
Is your voice altered or anything?
you can't alter the
Sometimes
voice.
it is.
You can't alter, sometimes she puts on an accent.
Dad, no one's trying to do that though. But no one's trying to do any of that. You understand that, right? When somebody debates people, right? They're not trying to get at you. Especially if you're going against a topic that they believe in. They're not trying to get at you like that. Okay? Okay, some, but most are not, and that's not why I'm on here.
She just,
And I'm recording too, and then you come in the room saying the N-word, that's gonna get me banned.
What, from who?
On YouTube.
you can't be cussing that.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Y'all trying to get some pussy.
I-
You hear me?
Okay,
You
but
didn't even hear me.
that doesn't mean I'm going to enable that. I'm not trying to enable that behavior whatsoever. Okay, yes. Why are you at the bar on a vacation though? Like on vacation? Like it's my fucking dad. What the fuck is wrong with him? Every dad thinks they're trying to give you a lesson that they think you don't know about. And then what they really do is embarrass you, and then you don't want to hear anything else that they say because they embarrassed you. Nobody wants to hear that shit. The fuck? 주드네. Anyways, back to Great Wolf Lodge. It is pretty damn document, so. Oh, look how cute he
Hello?
looks. Oh, I like your avatar.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
what do you mean by, can you elaborate on the table?
Sophia.
A history moment. When I'm playing a video game, nobody wants to hear, oh, they're trying to get at you, they're trying to get some vagina. No one wants to hear none of that. Nobody wants to hear any of that. I'm trying to have a peaceful night in my room. Then you come in here saying, get me from the bar, stumbling, have a blunt behind your ear. This is not okay. This behavior is not okay. That's, no. That's, how about you go to sleep?
Let's go.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, what? All right, I'm out here. All right, look, they're setting it up so they're setting it up for later. For later on.
No.
When they're alone with you.
No, not like that. See? I got a warning.
Later on, look, they catch something.
See, do you see that? That says debate. That's debate, not date.
Face on it.
No.
Good. Your face is on. But look. Later on, he said no.
Fuck.
That's what I do.
Fucking idiot. Jesus fucking Christ. Not funny. Not fucking funny. Pretty Shit. 토야. 저기다. 좀 돼. 치도 치도 fucking hell. 치든 Sasha. rage bait the Ella girl.
Because what do you mean kids don't belong in public?
So the misbehaving bad kids that fuss all the time, cry all the time, hit all the time, steal, break things all the time, just very disobedient kids should not be affecting anyone besides their parents because they didn't bring those kids in the world. So why should anyone has to deal with kids that are just like that? I'm confused. Why would it be rage
Hold on,
bait?
so you're not speaking for every kid though. Some kids are
Well,
like
most are.
so nice. Oh yeah, okay. Most doesn't mean all. Like you're not allowing people like you're not like you just hit. Okay, you know what?
Yeah,
Like,
just shut that mouth and be quiet and go to sleep.
Oh, okay,
Shut that mouth
okay.
and go to
We're all
sleep.
little kids. Aw, someone's a little mad because they
You're the
can't,
one
like,
stuttering. You're like up,
say anything right.
you don't even know what you're
like,
talking about.
genuinely, that means their parents don't teach them right. Like, and plus,
I don't care
like, when I
which.
see little kids, they don't do that. I think that's just you.
I
Like,
don't
when
care
you're
what's the
weird.
reason
Oh,
why they're
you don't
doing
care?
it.
You don't care?
I just care that they
That's fair.
don't do it around me. And if they're doing
Okay.
it, no matter if it's the parents' fault or not, they're going to continue to do it, and they shouldn't be in
No,
public.
it is the parents' fault. If they don't teach them right, then they won't like learn anything.
Well, I'm not saying whose fault it is. I'm saying that the kid is acting like that. And
Okay,
if it's not going to be corrected, then it's not going to be in public anymore. That's just
Okay,
that.
and how do you think it gets corrected?
By
the
either
parents.
popping, or punishment.
Popping? What do you mean by popping?
Like hit your child across the face. Sometimes
That's
that works.
abuse. No,
Sometimes
that's
it
gonna give
works.
them life. Oh, sometimes no time. It's gonna
So you
work
never
out.
got popped in your face.
Oh, I did, and then I got trauma
Okay.
because everybody. No.
I don't
You
care
how
what
abusive it is.
I don't
Oh,
care
you don't
what
care,
trauma you get. You didn't do it again, right?
Oh yeah, and then you get lifelong trauma, and you get flinched every
You get
time.
you get life of trauma from getting a pop in the
Lifelong
face.
trauma.
From getting a pop in the face because you did something wrong as a child. That's traumatic for you. Okay, get a life. You probably don't be around too many kids. That's why you think they're sweet.
I'm just gonna say with the girl, like, I got like hit as a kid, and I turned out perfectly fine. I'm being turned out perfectly fine.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not talking about repeatedly hitting you until you cry or get marks on your face. I'm talking about if you're acting up and you're not stopping, one quick slap might do the trick. That is what I'm saying. It's only abuse if it's over and over again. Maybe if you're hitting your child over and over again, that's not working. You need to switch it up. That would be abuse. But I'm not claiming that, Ella.
'Cause
Period.
my mom did that because I'm a preteen now, but when I was a kid, I can admit I was a rascal, bro. So it was probably like a lesson teacher to teach me not to do that stuff, and you don't see me doing that nowadays. It taught me not to do that.
Exactly. That's what they need to teach their kids. But these parents are so scared because there's people like Ella saying, oh, it's abuse. They might call the police if they discipline their kids. So that's why they're scared to do it, the parents. And that's why there's so much kids running around not behaving correctly. It's because people like Ella who quick to call the police over a kid that's not even hers first and she thinks it's abuse. That's why no one's teaching their kids right from wrong because they're scared that it's going to traumatize them. Well, guess what? That's a part of life, getting you traumatized, okay? And learning from what you did wrong. Period.
Yeah, I can agree with you because if a kid is acting out in public, they don't really belong out in public. I've heard parent stories like they don't bring their kids anywhere anymore because they act out so much.
Exactly.
Like you can't go to a nice diner because your kid can't just sit still for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I feel like you could at least punish them, ground them, do anything.
Grounding, hitting once in a blue moon, those might work. But if you just stand by and just say no, obviously saying no is not working. You need to put other tactics. Maybe grounding your child, putting the child in timeout, or taking things from them. Why don't they do that? Why don't they do that?
Like when you get older, that's when they start doing like taking away or grounding you. When you get older, that's when it starts doing that. Like the belt and that kind of stuff, it starts at like young. That's what I learned. It starts like around 7 usually. Then after that, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take away this, I'm gonna take away that. So it ends at a point. But if it doesn't end, that means and they don't stop. Yeah, then there's probably something wrong with the parent. But that's usually how that parenting style kind of works. And my mom's loving. Like she makes cookies. She's really nice. I have like a pretty nice life.
Exactly. But you learn from your mistakes and stuff like that. If you don't get punished for your behavior, you're going to grow up and do it worse as an adult.
Yeah,
So,
and if people start like saying, "Oh my God, your mom must have traumatized you," no, she didn't. Like I still love her. She's a loving mom. She just gets mad.
she just
And
did what she
also,
had to do.
She just gets mad because number one, we were annoying. She had like 5 kids and it was just her.
Oh, wow.
5 kids, but don't worry, my stepdad Eric came in.
Okay, period.
And we moved into a better house. He got an amazing job selling windows. So things are turning out very well. So I don't see the problem with just at least hitting your kid once in a while.
Exactly.
To make sure they learn their mistakes, or maybe at least taking away something. Like taking away a toy or taking away TV time. That's what Mom did to me. After 7, she just took away TV time or like toys. That's so. Because it ends at a point in like that normal kind of parenting. But if it doesn't end, that means something's kind of wrong. But in that normal kind of style parenting, it ends at a point. Then it just evolves into a different kind of parenting because you're too old for that kind of stuff.
Exactly, and she shouldn't have to hit like an 11-year-old little boy. He should know right and wrong by now. Okay?
Yes.
So, LeBron James, do you have to say anything, or are you just gonna sit there smiling?
I'm waiting for y'all to stop talking. Because I have to assume when the other guy's done talking because I can't like hear him. Like he's like muted. Like I think it's the age group thing.
Oh, yeah, you probably.
Alright, what like you don't think they should be in the public like at all or like certain circumstances?
I think that most kids don't belong in public because they hit, steal, break, strangers who don't know them is just unfair and just highly disrespectful to everyone around you. So you either need to teach your child accordingly, and if they can't go out in public, don't allow the public to try to teach your child right from wrong. It should already know that before entering in public. So.
That's fair. I feel like it's like iffy for me because like I'm not saying they shouldn't be in public like at all, but like I feel like it's better for them not to be in public when they're at like a younger age.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, if you're gonna bring like your 4 or 5-year-old every time with you, like when you go to the grocery store, I feel like that could be like depending on like how they act, could be a little bad.
Yeah.
But it's like I had asked you, like certain circumstances, I feel like you shouldn't bring them. But I'm not saying that they shouldn't be in the public at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not to say like for an eternity, because that's not fair, but until they learn how to behave.
Right. When they get to like whenever they start to mature enough, yeah. Alright.
Okay, well, you have a great morning in Afghanistan. Good evening.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You say kids don't belong in public. Can you explain what you mean? But that
Well,
sounds
what I
good.
mean by kids is I mean the majority, most likely, which would be most kids, do not belong in public because most kids bite, steal, break, hit, spit, steal, and all the above that's bad on a repeated basis. So it's not just once every blue moon. These kids do it on a frequent basis, and they're bringing other people who shouldn't have to deal with a child that's not theirs, and they don't know. And I feel like it's unfair for strangers to have to put up with your disobedient child because you don't know how to discipline them. So until they learn how to behave, until you learn how to do a discipline tactic that works, they shouldn't be out in the public and be a health risk essentially for everyone else. Mhm.
Oh, okay, you put some thought into this, and so kids have to grow, right? And so part of growing is becoming socially aware and also learning how to interact with people, right? Of all ages. How are they going to do that if they're shut away and isolated?
So I never said to isolate the child until they have some type of mental effects or don't let them to be socialized. I'm saying that they should be disciplined to go on public because even if they deserve socialize and being out hanging with their friends or whatever, they are still bad. So why would you allow your disobedient child to hang around people who are bad? I mean, hang around people who are nice so they can affect other kids and affect other people. You need to look at everyone else, not just your child, because not everyone cares about your child, unfortunately. So you claiming that they need to socialize, but these people don't even want the child around is unfair. And you don't need to socialize being in public. You can do that inside your house if you have siblings or your mom.
Okay,
So,
respectfully, oh, you
mhm.
finished or you want me to? Okay, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I apologize, but respectfully, kids cut up just as much as adults cut up in life. People don't always get it right. People are not perfect. Those are things that we have to overcome, and we overcome them in time and with proper teaching and discipline. Yes, but the solution for kids of all people, especially since they're the ones who are going through those growing stages, it is not to just every time they do something wrong, keep them out of public. Every child does something wrong. There's no perfect child, just as much as there's no perfect adult. If what you're saying has to be applied to children, the same would have to go for adults
Well,
as
it
well.
is. Sickly, it
Then how
is.
would society function? You would lessen human interaction because some people cut up here and there.
It's a difference between cutting up once in a while or because you generally don't know and cutting up on a repeat basis, which I stated before. These kids are not doing it once in a while and they learn from their mistakes from being out in public. No, these kids are doing it on a frequent basis and affecting other people. So how many times are you going to let your child cut up and be a problem? How many times? I'm asking. This is a question.
Every child is unique. Some children, it only takes a few corrections. Others, it may take more and for different reasons. Some kids have mental issues, sadly, but that's the reality. Some kids do have respect issues. Some kids are just having a hard time in life. Other kids are just trying to learn, how to interact with others. They may not be perfect with that. And so every situation varies, but the solution is not to just take every single child that has an issue and just shut them out of public. I know you said don't isolate them, but if they're out of public, away from people, that is a form of isolation. You're keeping them from the general populace. And so what would the solution be? You talked about having
Okay, but public
disciplines.
is not a form of discipline. Okay, public
No, I
is
didn't say it was a discipline.
so when
I didn't
you,
say that.
because this is kind of a reward rather than a punishment. So that's why I would think it would be perfectly fine to take away from going to whatever they go to, these parents, usually in public, because that's not showing the child what they did wrong. And what you're also doing is allowing strangers to discipline your child or to do worse to your child because you're not doing it. So you saying public like it's like this heaven for kids and they always are going to learn, being out in public is just untrue. The best way to learn is from your parent, right and wrong, not strangers. And it's not fair, once again, for strangers to have to teach your child. So you have to take that into consideration, not the child.
Okay, and so I did not say nor imply that kids being in public is some type of heaven. And I do agree with you that kids do need to learn from their parents what's morally right and wrong, and parents do have that right to discipline, right? At no point in time does that imply that strangers have to discipline people's children for them. You know, that is the parent's job. But my question to you would be, what would you do with the kids who... Oh, sorry, I thought it said I was muted. What would you do with the kids who are having a hard time in life, right? But you can't identify that because you don't know that child personally, or you probably don't even bother to ask. Do you think it's fair to just say, okay, you don't belong in public?
So I think what you just said is like way beyond false, because I don't need to know someone personally or a child. I don't need to know a child
Well, it's a
personally,
question. It
or
wasn't a statement, it was a question.
no, I'm going to answer it, but I'm just letting you know that I don't need to know anything personally or speak to that thing to know that something's wrong with it. So I can acknowledge that there's something wrong with the child. It might suffer from some type of mental disorder, but just because you're suffering mentally, that doesn't mean you can make other people suffer. And that's what you're doing when you're allowing this child to be in public, okay? So if my
Okay,
child would
doesn't...
act like this, right, I would discipline them with however I feel is fit, which is definitely not letting other people deal with my disobedient child, for one. But I don't have that child right now. But I can speak about other people's children because those are the people I've come in contact with who are just so disobedient and just so like a wild animal. It's ridiculous.
Okay, here's the thing, right? When you're dealing with children, children at times need a tender touch, and they need to be
Excuse
understood.
you?
Because when you understand what's
What you
going on
just
with the
state?
child, like when you understand what's going on with the child, going back to my point about if you had kids who are going through a bad time in life or who have mental issues and whatnot, them having those things doesn't justify them acting up. It doesn't justify it, but it helps you know how to address it properly. Because you can't address every form of disobedience the same, because every form of disobedience is not the same type of disobedience. Plus, it's never always for the same reason. A kid who may have a mental disorder, who's lashing out, maybe lashing out because they just don't understand what's going on, versus a kid who's just having a hard time in life because they're being abused at home, you know, and they don't know how to express it, versus somebody who doesn't have any mental problems, isn't going through anything bad in life, but they just want to disrespect somebody. Those are all different scenarios. 3 different types of kids, 3 different types of issues. You need to know the issue that they're dealing with so that you know how to address it. But if you just throw all of them under one big blanket and say because you're having these issues, you need to just be shut out of the public, don't interact with people,
Oh my goodness,
only
that
be with
scared
your
me.
mom and dad. Do you not see the
He's
issue with
probably
that?
in like the 30 and 20 age group. That's probably why you can't hear him. But long story short, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it doesn't compare whatsoever. Because way before you said that you would have to apply the same thing that you would children, adults, and the same thing is implied, but it's way more severe. When adults act up in public, if they do those forms that I was talking about earlier, they get locked up. People think that they're crazy. People don't just give them a pass because they have mental disorders or there's something wrong with them. They get locked up. So this is a form, that is way less severe, that is way more better in general than getting locked up. And I feel like you would know more if you are taken away from that environment. Okay, because kids generally like acting up in public. It's not like something they like don't like to do. That's because there's so much things around. There's so much people to attack. There's so much people to disrespect, and it's just like a funplex for them. And that's why they misbehave the most in public. But knowing all the facts I know about kids, which you probably don't know, that's why you think that it's good for them to do this in public.
What facts do you know about kids that allows you to generalize all kids as bad
I said
kids?
I
'Cause
said
that's what you're
most.
doing.
I said
You
most.
said most. Okay, so now you're switching to majority. What facts
No,
do
I
you
did
know?
say. Okay, the
what
facts that I
do you
know is the actions that each bad kid are most likely to do or have not done. Or I mean have
Okay, do you
done.
have statistics on that?
Statistics of what? Of my own studies? 100%.
Yes.
So let me tell you,
Mhm.
okay? So about 76 kids that I've observed throughout my life have acted in this manner, such as hitting, biting, screaming, stealing, breaking, spitting, and disrespecting on a repeat basis. Right? And let's say I'm like in the store and I see this kid about 5 times and he's doing the same thing. And this is like the example I'm giving you. So that is not something that I'm just gonna look like the other cheek and just say, oh, he has mental disorders. Oh, I'm gonna be like, why would you allow this kind of behavior in public, and why would you not be ashamed to conceal your child like that? If my
And who
child
said
acted
they
like that,
allowed it?
I see the parents don't control them. They don't. They don't even
Okay,
try
that's
to.
some parents. That's not all
No,
parents.
that's all. I mean, all the kids that are most likely to act up like this, I see their parents obviously because they're with them sometimes, and they don't care. They do what they got to do, and they let their kids run around and just act like a wild animal. And you cannot deny that.
Okay, so you're speaking from experience. You didn't give me any statistics or sources. You're just speaking about what you've
Well,
gone through,
there's
which is true. What you've gone through is true. However, there are billions of children on the planet. And so if you're going to take the few kids, those examples that you gave, even though they're true, if you take those few examples and apply it to every single child on the planet,
I didn't
that's
apply to every
very,
single child. You know that. Okay? I
you're
said
saying
it.
kids, period, that have these
That's what it
issues
says
being
in the
grown in
title.
public.
That's what it says in the title. But when you
And
first
that's what you've
asked
been
me, I
backing
said
up.
most and majority. So I want to keep it to what I've stated.
All
Okay?
right.
So again, obviously I'm going to speak from my personal experience, but there's statistics saying that kids act in the same format that I'm expressing. It doesn't say the exact amount because nobody really researched or tried to does a statistic about this because they just turn the other cheek because they're like, oh, they're a kid, they'll grow out of it, and then they actually never do. So there's not a lot of
Yes,
people who would
and
do
that's the point.
but there is not a lot of people who have done statistics on how many kids estimated who actually do these behaviors. So that's why I came up with my own. But without an estimate, there are kids that exhibit these behaviors. This is very easy to search up.
Okay, and the thing is, people understand, just like you and I understand, that kids are going through a growing phase. They're growing and they're learning as they grow, right? And so the solution to behavior issues, it's not just going to be for every single child to shut them out of public because you want to say that, oh, you're just a bad child. You have
Do you
to
think public is
coach
a
them through,
privilege?
hold on, you have to coach them through those moments with patience.
Oh no.
You can't lash out on them just as much as you can't just take them out of the public eye and say, well, you acted up today, so guess what? You're just not going to be around people. Do you think that's the best way to train a child?
Yes, that's why I'm enforcing it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's not.
He's a child
It's
himself.
not.
Obviously gonna say no.
Okay, well, if I may ask, you were raised, right? Somebody raised you. Did they treat you that way?
Yeah.
Respectfully.
No, I
So,
wasn't doing those things. So it was like
okay.
not completely, lock me inside until I learned how my manners because I wasn't acting like that. But I would, if I was acting bad, if a teacher said I was bad or whatever, I would be grounded. I wouldn't play with
Okay.
my friends. So I
All
don't
right. And would you
understand if
say
that
that?
worked. Yeah, it did work on me.
Okay.
I didn't
And
do it
would you say
again.
that you turned out to be a pretty decent person?
I am the best person in this
Okay.
room
So if
right
you
now.
turned out to be very good, then why would you withhold that from other children who
How?
may just need a little bit more help?
I'm giving an example that was brought done to me, and I don't feel like I'm a negative person, and I don't act like that in public as an adult. So if I think it's good because it worked on me, why wouldn't I express it to other people? Like just
Okay. So just to clarify, are you saying that what you're promoting right now that was done to you, like you were kept away from the public whenever you acted up? Or are you
yeah,
saying that?
I
Okay.
was.
Well, all right. Well, I see. I'm sorry that you went through that.
I'm
I
not
can see that.
because I learned.
No, it's.
Because let
I
me
know
tell you
we're
something.
both individuals. It's okay for me to be sorry and you not to be. I'm just saying. All
But
right.
when you claim that you're sorry, it feels like you're saying that as something that shouldn't have never been done. And I'm saying it should have been done, and I'm commending my parents for doing that to me. So you're saying it's sorry, you're being disrespectful.
Well, no, because in life you miss out on things, and if you
I
were
didn't miss
kept
out
away
on
out of
nothing.
public, if you were
Sorry.
kept out of the public, oh no, it's just okay. It's okay. We're just talking. I'm just saying, if you were kept out of public every single time you did something wrong, or your parents or guardians thought that you were doing something wrong, even if you weren't, that was unfair to you.
But it
You
wasn't
could
every
end
single
up doing
time.
other things.
I
You said it
told, well,
wasn't
if you
every
didn't,
single time?
I said I didn't do it again. So that's how I knew. If I did the same thing again, then I probably wouldn't be preaching it to be beneficial to an extent. I never did what I was doing that got me in that position. I was mostly a good child because of that. Because my parents didn't allow that kind of funky behavior to, because not only it will represent the child, it will represent how the parent is as well. Because the children get it from somewhere. So my parents would feel embarrassed and feel like if my child's acting like this, people are going to think I'm acting like this, which obviously that's true.
So basically, are you saying like you were grounded?
Yeah, I was locked up
Oh,
in a
well,
room with no water or food.
oh, you still had meals, though.
It's like I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, I was about to say, so basically you were just grounded.
I mean, yeah, isn't that what this would be? Grounding?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with okay. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with grounding. It's just the title of your debate. It seems like you just want to
King.
shut every kid away.
King.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with grounding as long as it's for the right reasons.
I mean,
As
have
long
I
as for
not
the
been
right
saying valid
reasons.
reasons this whole entire time?
Well, I would say once you just identified that it was grounding,
Well, I
it
didn't say
kind of
it
started
was
making
grounding.
sense.
It's very similar to grounding. Because grounding has
Oh,
a
okay.
time limit. It has like
Yeah.
you're grounded for 3 days or you're grounded for like 30 minutes. This is until you actually see improvement in your child. So it's not like grounding because that child can easily fake acting like they're good because they know it's 3 days and I can play with my friends again. So they can be tricking you. So when you start to see improvement in your child, that's when they can go outside and do things that are good things to do, good
Okay.
activities.
Well, I would say this. There are more constructive ways of going about this, right? And so you do have programs out there where they take troubled youth and they put them in a facility where they go through a program with other teens their age and where they have chaperones and all that and they do
King, do
activities
you
and
have
all
a
that stuff.
3-year-old?
No, I'm not a 3-year-old.
Are you sure?
What does that have to do with the... Can I finish my point, please? Before I
Okay.
forget. But I don't have a 3-year-old to answer your question, but I just wanted to say there are...
Oh, he was yanked out of the server. Okay, does anyone else want to say anything? Or raise your hand?
Why can't kids be in public though?
Well, I don't know if you've been around a lot of kids in your life, but I've lived for a very long time, almost 2 centuries, and I've observed kids to act very disobedient. So the kids who are acting very disobedient, they shouldn't be allowed in public and affect other kids and affect other people.
I mean,
I'm
it's
not.
okay. It's true. I mean, some kids should be grounded for that, but yeah,
So
some
you're
kids should
18
be
or
grounded
19?
for that. But
You said almost two
sometimes some kids are
centuries?
very
Yeah,
good.
You're 19.
Some kids
yeah.
actually listen to their parents, but some
So you
kids
are a
don't
child.
actually listen. They should actually be in timeout or
Wait,
grounded.
noob, can you hear lesbian mother of 8?
No, I can't hear anyone else besides you in this lobby.
Oh. What age group are you in?
I'm in the 17, 18 age group.
21.
Oh. Well, I'm in this same group. So, well, no, I'm not.
Wait, is he in
But no,
18?
because I'm in the older age group and I can hear little kids. Why is that? I
Because
shouldn't be hearing it.
because some parents put their face
Well, I
on
was
on it
2008, bro.
for some reason.
I'm a little kid, bro.
Because, I mean, some parents don't know
18
what
in
the Roblox
October.
situation is going on, so they just put their face on it.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you were one of those kids.
That's not older than some of those kids. I'm
Who,
10.
noob?
Yeah, Noob, he's 10.
Oh, that's what I can't hear.
I mean, 10 is pretty old. 10 is pretty
No,
young.
10 is not old whatsoever. 10 is young.
My bad. I said
I thought he's older than me. I can't
I
lie.
said young.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, Noob, I
He's 10
appreciate.
years old.
Yeah, Noob, I appreciate you coming up and saying that kids deserve to be disciplined and grounded, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
some
period.
kids-
Yeah, most kids, not some. Anyways, wait, are you a lesbian?
No, actually, FEM boy.
You're a what?
I'll put it in chat. Oh my goodness, my AirPods.
Oh. Right, okay.
How old are they?
Hey, I'm sitting next to you this
I don't know why you can hear little kids, bro.
You
You're
hear
in an
me?
older
Yeah.
age group than me.
I have no idea. King, what happened? You got snatched by the Holy Ghost out when you were talking lies?
It said I got disconnected. I was idle for 20 minutes, and I don't know what that
Oh.
was about.
How old is he?
I've never seen that before.
Can you guys
Oh,
hear
it's
each
fine.
other?
No, I
No.
can't hear the other person. It says that their mic is off.
Oh.
Probably
What
the
age group are you in? King?
In the 20s.
Yeah, I don't understand why am I the only one who can hear the littlest
I thought
kids.
this game was 16 plus. No?
Yeah, sometimes I can hear them too, and then other times, like, certain ones
I thought you
can't.
had to be
I
in a
don't-
16
I don't
plus
really
age
know
group.
too much about that,
I
but
mean, yeah.
I just want to be respectful, because I know you have other people in here. I'm going to finish with
But
this.
how
but I
they even
gotta
use
go, but
VC
I
if they're
just
in
want
the
to finish
10
on
if
my
they're in the
point
10
that
age group?
Okay,
yes, they're
lesbian
all-
mother,
Literally,
I invite you
giving
back up.
life.
Just give it a second, okay? So yeah, just finish your point, please.
Oh, yes, of course, thank you. So I was going to say it's just that there are more constructive ways of going about that to where you can work on the child's social interaction skills while disciplining them at the same time. And that's why they have those programs out there where you can put troubled youth into a place where, they do have adult supervision, but they're around other kids their age and they do get to interact and do like different activities and stuff, but you're
So
not
like a boarding school.
shutting. No, not a boarding school. Boarding school could be part of it if you want that, but I'm referring to just regular programs, like a few week programs, like throughout the summer or whatnot. You have those resources available, right? And so, if our best interest for the child is their well-being, and not just everyone else's comfort, but the child turning out better, then we do have to look to those things too.
Well, yeah, but I don't look at every child and admire them.
No, it's not about admiring them. It's about if the problem is the fact that you have a lot of troubled kids, like troubled youth who are acting up in public and all that stuff, you do have better solutions than to just shut them off in a room away from everybody. And that's what I was saying. You have resources like programs where you can put them into like a maybe like a
But what do you
2-3
think
week
their
program.
But what do you think those programs are gonna do? Like anything different than with the parent? Like,
Well,
what
they
do you
kill
think they
two.
can provide?
What they do is they hit multiple areas at once. The old saying like you kill two birds with one stone. So what you're focusing on, there's no problem with it, but you're focusing on their behavior issues, and your solution is okay, keep them out of public, right? But okay, how about instead of just keeping them totally out of public, you use the resources that we have in our country where they deal with troubled youth, where they can keep them out of the public, so to speak, but they're not isolating them from people to where they can't have social interactions. You put them into like these programs, these schools and whatnot, just for a few weeks or maybe even a few months. But there they deal with the troubled youth. They have trained adults who are expertise in dealing with troubled kids, relating to the kids, giving them therapy, all that stuff, while allowing them to be around people their age group so they can interact and build up those people skills. You know, that's actually way more constructive than just
Yeah,
removing
but
them
you would
completely.
those systems that I probably never heard. I mean, I've never heard before. Those will probably cost a big amount of money to have your kid
Oh
in.
no, a lot of them are some are free, some
Oh
do
wow.
charge, but it's all about the one that you're going to. And you have those in every single state. We just got to do our research on that stuff, because they're there. They are there. So I would say there's better solutions, but respectfully, I know I gotta respect your time, but thank you so much for having me up and for talking with me about it and for letting me talk to you about it.
Right.
But all right, God bless. Have a good night.
Yeah. Okay, what is your question, noob?
Question. Hold up. Let me turn off my TV.
Yep, please turn down that TV.
It's a favorite show. My bad. Anyways, yeah. So I do agree with you of kids not being in public, but still, like how about like some kids that
He's a smart 10-year-old. When I was 10, I was smart, but I don't understand a couple things. Tired, bro. Okay, where we gonna go, gamer? It's a game called Hello Nigger. Sasha. Are you listening? Hey, where you going, gamer? It's a game called Hello Nigger. OMG. Sasha, give me some chips. Yes. Give me the chips. Hey, where we going, gamer? It's a game called Hello Nigger. Walk in the house. Hello. Hello.
So what do you mean kids don't belong in public?
Well, most kids, majority of kids, every kid I see, act like this. Hitting, biting, stealing, breaking, spitting, and disrespecting on a daily basis.
You see this behavior. That's more on the parent, not
I
on the
live in one region, but I do travel a lot in this one region, so it's not like I travel to the same place, okay?
Is it America?
Yeah. But let me finish.
It's more on the parent.
I'm not denying whose fault it may be, but the fault of not disciplining the child and letting the child affect other people is also on the parent. So the parent should have to
Well, yeah,
deal
you
with
should
it.
just blame the kid then.
I'm not blaming. I didn't even blame anyone yet.
You're
I
saying
was
like
just.
kids don't belong in public, so it's
Yeah, that's not putting no
you know.
blame on anybody. I'm just stating a statement that's should be held to a high degree. If you will let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
So those kids that act like that on a repeated basis, they shouldn't be out and about the way you may think an ordinary kid should be doing, because they're not ordinary. They're like disgusting. So they should stay
What?
inside until they learn
Just
how to
calling kids
behave.
disgusting.
Hold on, you need to look at the bigger picture, okay? They need to stay inside until they learn how to behave, okay? Nobody, and it's not fair for a single stranger, should be teaching or putting up with your child because it's not theirs. So you, or not you, but like people who claim just let the kid do that in public and who cares for a kid, it's not fair. It's not.
Yeah, I agree with that, but to blame the kid.
Where you're like, this is what you were like, oh, well, you have to blame the parent. Oh, who are
Yeah,
you?
because the kid, like they're
It's
not taught,
we're not.
like they're
It's
not
not
told
about who
what to
blame. It's who. It's about what will work better. Putting blame could work, but if that's the only thing that you think is necessary, no, it's not. Putting blame. Okay, I need to see actions,
Okay,
not blame.
who do you think is at fault, the kid or the parent?
Well, I think it is 40% the parent and 60%
What?
the kid. Do you want me to
How
explain
young are we
why?
talking about when you say kids? Are you
3.
talking about little kids or like what?
We're talking about 3-year-olds to 17.
Exactly. What? They're not even like conscious. What?
You know how many times you said what?
No,
5.
because what you're just saying is insane.
I know, but why wouldn't you ask? Can you explain? Like, I don't understand. Can you explain why you mean by that,
Yeah,
or
they're
what you
3
mean?
years old. Like, why do you think they
No,
can control themselves?
they can understand right and wrong. Okay, and if they didn't,
Okay, but
then
nobody's
guess
telling
what?
them what is
Hold
right
on.
and wrong. Do you
If
understand that, right?
yes, they were. When I was 3, I was getting told no,
Okay,
don't
but
do
I'm saying
that,
the
don't
parent
hit.
isn't doing that. I'm saying
The
the
parent
parent.
can do that, and it's been done before. Okay, it's called
Exactly. I'm not saying
discipline.
they can't.
So you're telling me no? First of all, since like 1 year old, you're telling me that no parent was like, no, don't do that, don't hit, don't.
They did, but I'm saying
Okay,
because
so
that happens is because the kid isn't being told that by their parent. Got it
what?
right?
No,
The
because
parents are at, the parents
because
are at fault, not the kid. Like you're blaming the kid
first of
when
all,
the parent is at fault.
the toddler in this instance, it will be called the toddler. They
Yeah, they're
can't comprehend.
toddlers. Like
They
they're not
can't
even conscious.
comprehend that I'm not the only thing that exists. The only thing on their mind is that I'm the only thing that exists. So it's not even
Because
the
they're
parents'
3
fault.
years old.
Hold on,
They're
it's not
3.
that it's the parents' fault, it's that it's their own mind. So when they reach into a child, which is like when it's like 6 to 17, when they enter the child phase, they can get a better grasp of what is right and wrong, and they can understand
Yeah, because
that they're not the only person in the world. So maybe stop acting like they are. Yeah, they're not. So why can't you? Why do you still feel the need?
Your brain isn't developed enough.
Girl, you don't have to explain it to me, okay? But you're listening. You're so focusing on the blaming part. You need to focus on actions. You joined. I didn't force you.
No, it's just like your points are just so crazy.
You didn't hear a single point. You were talking over me the whole time.
You're like,
Can you repeat it,
This
Mr.
is so
Giggles?
stupid.
Oh, look in the mirror.
Why are you taking it
Like, I've
personally?
never heard like someone who sounds like they're like 55 take this much of an offense towards kids. Like, you know, just
Why are
admit
we
that.
making it personal of how I sound? What? Now we're
Well,
getting personal.
I mean, I don't have to respect you, okay? Because I don't feel like you're doing the same to me, okay? Like, you need
You're
to.
saying I sound like 55.
You.
What does that play into the conversation?
It means that you need to, you know, control yourself. You know, ask questions. You're an adult. Ask questions instead of saying what, and getting hype and like emotional. You need to stop doing that and ask questions, okay? And here we go with the giggles. Yeah, yeah, you're
have to
just
be
as much as the children
Are
that
you like
deserve.
rage baiting? This is
You're
rage
just as much as the kids who don't belong in public. They act like
baiting.
you.
What? This is rage bait. Who is
I'm the
taking
one
you
should be getting
serious?
rage baited. You're like giggling, you're talking over
Nobody's taking
me,
you serious.
and then the way you sound, and then the way your Roblox character looks, you as a whole is
What does
rage
that
baiting
have to
me.
do with anything?
I'm telling you, you join a debate type of platform, video
This
game.
is not a
You
debating
join
platform.
you join my server just to sit there and not ask no questions.
I'm
I
asking you
mean,
questions.
no, you didn't. I had to force for you to ask me any type of question because you were too busy saying what, and giggling. Like you're acting like a child.
You're so weird. Oh my god.
I'm so weird. Okay,
You're
goodbye.
a weirdo.
Look
You're
in
a
the
weirdo.
mirror. Look in the mirror, buddy.
You're a
Honestly.
freak.
Yeah, this is what a kid would do. This is exactly why. But he's too old to be locked up in public and disciplined. Anyways, hello, Triple T.
Can we actually debate without? Let's debate. Okay, let's debate. All right.
Yeah, don't rush me, okay?
I'm not gonna rush. I'm not gonna rush. Don't worry.
Okay, great.
We're gonna take this nice and calm.
Okay, so do you have any questions for me?
First of all, I would like to point out that let me just get one question off the bat. Why don't you think that kids are not allowed to be in public?
So most kids, the majority, this is how they act in public. Hitting, breaking, stealing, spitting, violating, and being disrespectful to not only their parents, but other people, okay? And this is where we run into a little bit of a problem, okay? When other people are getting affected by your misbehaving child, maybe you should do things differently, but they don't, right? And a lot of kids affect other kids' mindset because they see, another kid that looks similar to their age, and they're like, oh, let me act up. And it's just a repeating cycle. So there's multiple factors on why kids who act like this shouldn't be out in public, because they can influence other kids to act like them. They can make, other strangers' environment way less good. It's just a whole lot of things, first of all. So they should be inside their house until they learn how to behave, period. And that's what I think.
Whoa, you do mean like, so they can like go outside, like they can go outside, like say their parents bring them out to Walmart or something, they want to help them. They can still go to do that, right?
They can do whatever they want, but it's the fact of, is it the right thing to do? Is that the best thing to do? Okay? If this child is acting like I just said to you, they're stealing, breaking, hitting, all that stuff, maybe don't let them in Walmart. Maybe don't let them do that stuff in Walmart, because if your kid does those things in places like Walmart and like not at the park, you might get charged for your child's behavior. The police might get called on you for like child neglect. So you need to, if you might get the police called on you, or you might get a charge on your record, maybe you shouldn't let that kid in public and work on their behavior.
Wait,
this is not
man,
normal.
It would be the child. It wouldn't be the child's fault for that. That would be the parents' fault.
Here we go with the blaming. Here we go with the blaming thing.
Whoa, okay, listen, okay, don't tell me I'm blaming, because it's true. I mean, the parents are literally, it's up to the parents to tell you what's right and wrong. Am I right? Am I right? Hello?
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Wait, guys, okay, she muted. Wait, can you guys hear me? Okay, all right. I don't know what happened to her. Okay.
Well, my thing cut out, but I'm not saying I don't care about, whose fault it is. I'm saying that acknowledging, whose fault is it, wouldn't change how to help the child's behavior. Because even if it is whoever fault it is, which would be the parent, that doesn't change the fact that the child's acting like this. Okay, so I don't put 100% the blame on the parent, because the parent isn't teaching their kid, when we go to Walmart, I need you to hit and steal things from people and hit people. It's not that's not what the parent teaches the child. So the child's doing that on its own. So I'm not just going to apply the blame 100% on the parent, because it's not 100% of the parent.
No, but listen, you do know that you just proved my point. They didn't tell them what's right from wrong. You just proved my point. That was the parents' fault that they told them that. You just proved my point.
No, I'm telling you that what I've just said, the parent isn't deliberately teaching their kid to hit, steal, and break. This can, I mean, it can qualify to what you're saying, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I wouldn't apply the blame 100% to the parent because they're not teaching them these things when they get out in public.
Okay, well, so
It's just what
okay,
they
I have
picked
another
up.
question. Another question. What is the age range for what a child should know from right from wrong? What's the age range?
From 3 to 17?
So at 3 years old, a baby knows how to talk correctly.
How to what?
So at 3 years old, a baby knows how to speak a language.
A 3-year-old should like learn a couple words. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but a couple words that explaining what's right from wrong to a baby is not just a couple
You
words.
wouldn't do that. You would like, you know, if the baby like hit you, you would say no and like hit their hand, or maybe, you know, take the thing
Hit
back.
their hand, ma'am. Hit their hand.
Yeah, don't act like that now. Come on. Don't act like that.
If you, well, not ma'am. If you're so strict about, you know what I'm saying, them going out and them being so safe in the house, then why are you hitting them?
Okay, hitting them on their hand and hitting them on a like a repeat basis, that's different, okay? I've seen that before. I didn't get shocked when a baby was acting up, a toddler, I should say, and they got hit in the hand. That's not something that is just extraordinary to see. So don't act like, you know, and it's not the negative thing in the world.
It is, man. To a
Well,
3-year-old.
do you know the reason why? Is because they can't understand words, right? But they can understand, ow, that hurted because I was doing bad. So guess what? They won't do it again. How about that?
Yeah, but
that's why they get hit.
That can negatively affect them.
No,
exactly.
I don't remember a lot of
Snorlax,
things
right.
at 3 years old. Okay.
That's literally downplaying abuse.
Listen, I don't.
Is it not?
It's not abuse because it will be different if it's frequent. Okay. It's
no,
not.
that is frequently though. It would be if every time they do something wrong and they don't know right from wrong and they're a toddler and you hit them on the hand every time. That's literally frequently a downplay. That's literally
no, you
shouldn't.
Okay, now if you have to do on a repeat basis, you have to switch it up because obviously if you're doing it repeatedly, it's not working.
Okay, what would be the switch up?
Okay, but then it would be then what is the next? What is the next? We're not going down a pathway of infinite of what's the next discipline method. I'm just letting you know that a 3-year-old might get hit versus a 7-year-old because a 3-year-old doesn't understand certain words and a 7-year-old would, right? So they can only comprehend, ow, that hurted. I'm not going to do that again. They won't comprehend what my mom just told me is what I did bad. They're not going to comprehend that.
They would comprehend that. A toddler would comprehend that.
No, they would not. There's some
what?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
You just told me they would. So you just told me they would comprehend it. And now you're saying that they wouldn't comprehend it.
The part of like talking, because they don't understand a couple words themselves, right? They can't say a full sentence, most likely. So why would they hear a full sentence, acknowledge what they did wrong, and then?
Why would hitting them? Why would hitting them do anything better? Why?
Okay, this
why
is the third time. This is the third time I'm telling you.
Why do we have to hit? Why do we have to hit them? Why?
This is the third time I'm telling you.
There can't be any other. There can't be any other like method to doing it. It has to just be hit. It has to just
Well, I'm not saying it has to, but I'm just saying that that is a way that people use, most likely.
Oh.
No, yeah. Guess one Alex up here. Yeah.
Are you gonna bring the other person up too? Because I'm pretty sure there's only one other person waiting.
Well, I'm not gonna let 3 people talk at once, so
okay,
no.
Fair enough.
All right. I think you know what I'm saying.
Unless he wants to go down.
I need the basis. So Snorlax, you can talk now.
Well, I think that preventing kids from being in the public will do the exact opposite of what you want. Like you're saying that children don't behave, which is why you don't want them to be in public. But children learn through exposure, so children learn their social cues and their behavioral problem and things by seeing other people out in public do these things. They just copy what they see.
And that's bad, for one. But so I'm
Wait,
not
can I?
saying I'm
Okay.
not saying that they can't learn right and wrong from public, but I'm just saying that's not the best thing that they should be doing. The best thing is learning from their parents, not strangers. Strangers shouldn't have to discipline. Hold on. Strangers shouldn't have to discipline and show your child or whoever's child social cues because you're unable to do it. That's not right, and that expectation shouldn't be put on strangers because strangers didn't bring your child in existence. You and another person did, okay? And there's a lot of things in public that kids can misinterpret and do that's inherently wrong. So that's another thing why they shouldn't be in public, because maybe they're possibly learning those kind of behaviors from being around people like that in public. So
Okay.
I don't know why
Wait.
in the earth would you say that to me.
Wait. Can I bring up another point? That was a really good point. That was a really good point. All right.
Okay,
Let me
what?
bring up this point. You do know that keeping children inside, isolated from the world, is literally a key factor to social anxiety. You do know that, right?
Social anxiety would be social, so that would have to be outdoors,
They're
not
not being
indoors.
social. Yeah, they're not being social if you're just keeping them inside all day.
That wouldn't have to do with social anxiety if you're locked up. Well, it's not even locked. Control yourself. Alright, goodbye.
You're actually dumb, bro. You're actually dumb. Like, how?
So social anxiety, which means you would have to be outside to get, you would get being indoors with not being around a lot of people. That's confusing. Alright, let's move on. I don't want you to tell me what he means because you cannot do that. Because you're not him.
No, I can give insight of what he's implying.
You don't know what he's implying.
Impression of what he's meaning.
I don't think you have any idea what he's implying because he's firstly incorrect. Alright, let's hear.
Social anxiety. So obviously you're meaning that a child can get social anxiety if they aren't in a social place to get that anxiety, right? That's what you're trying to say.
No, I'm saying for social anxiety, which is a specific anxiety, you cannot get with not being in a social place. That's common sense. Anyways, my name, are you there or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been waiting long. Do you have any questions?
So how old is the kid to you?
Like an underage minor.
Alright. So, if you keep them in captivity, basically. Wait, hold on. Before I get to that point, what is being out in public to you?
Just keeping them indoors until they learn how to behave.
So, until you're an adult, you can't go to school?
I mean, it shouldn't have to take that long until you're an adult so you can know how to behave. I mean, do you think that's how long that it takes to teach kids right from wrong?
What are you trying to say right now?
Because you're implying that when I said as long as it takes so they can learn right and wrong, you think it will be so long that they would be an adult and then keep them indoors until they are an adult.
So you're saying they should be indoors until they learn right from wrong?
Yeah, not until they turn into an adult, because I don't think it's that amount of time, which is a long time.
Never mind.
Okay. I'm tired. I'm gonna leave.